Hey there, gang. It's Lauren Blanchard Zaleski here. Thank you for taking the time to come out and see our new weekly live show. We are calling it Gratefully Living the Chronic Life. And this was based on all of you kind of putting in your 2 cents for a name. It just kind of seemed to fit everything together, and I really, really like it. The only problem is it's long. Gratefully Living the Chronic Life. But the thing I love about it is it encompasses everything. So we'll see. I mean, I would like to keep it. We'll see if it sticks. Gratefully Living the Chronic Life. I've bought the domain name. Surprisingly, it wasn't taken. But so I'm coming to you through a new software called StreamYard. And that's what's putting my name at the bottom and all that on there. The problem with StreamYard is because it's not through Facebook. If you comment, your comment, I can put your comments up on the screen. And if somebody can comment right now, I'll show you. But if you put your comments up on the screen, unless you give permission to have your name up there, it'll just come out as Facebook user, which is fine. And maybe you only want to be known as a Facebook user. But some of you comment quite a bit. So far I'm not seeing any comments, but when somebody comments, I will show you. It's a matter of clicking on a link and just saying, yes, I give permission to have my name up there. I wonder if I'm doing something wrong. Probably. That's okay. Again, thank you very much for coming out tonight. I know your time is very valuable. Our time is always valuable, but when we start to learn about gratitude and come together as a community, we realize that our lives can actually be better. Oh, here's the comments. That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. So here's an example. So Gail must have done it already. Hi, Gail. See how it says, hi, Lauren. But this person didn't, and that's fine. You don't have to. Facebook user just says thank you. Not a big deal at all. Let's see what else we've got. Have to run. Sorry, I missed you, Naya. And here's Linda. Isn't that kind of cool? I like that. Love my new hair color. Thank you, whoever you are. I appreciate it. Right before all of this coronavirus stuff started, I was lucky enough to go to the hairdresser. I know a lot of people are really stressing because they were supposed to go then, and then they never got to go. So mine is relatively new. Amy and I picked out this new violet color. Here's another Facebook user. Hello. But again, you should have, if you want your name to be up there, there should be like a link, and all you do is click on the link, and you'll never have to do it again either. So thank you for being here. Up in the right-hand corner is a weird-looking symbol which you might recognize. That's the universal symbol of gratitude. And Amy had found that. I did not know that there was a universal symbol of gratitude. The gratitude queen, I did not know. So she showed me that a few years ago. And if you look at our logo, I can put our logo up, and they don't let you go much bigger than that. But if you look at the O in of, the attitude of gratitude with chronic pain, that O is made from that universal symbol. So I had never had a tattoo before. I never had a desire to have a tattoo before. I wasn't against them at all. But I just never really had something that I wanted tattooed on me. But a few years ago, Amy and I each got these. And I'm going to try not to cry. Not that there's anything wrong with crying. I'm actually going to be talking about that in a minute. Deborah Scott, hi, I made it. You look I look amazing. Thank you. I showered today. It's amazing what can happen when you shower. Gail says, do we get to see the comments from others? Are you not getting to see them? I don't know what it looks like on your end, you guys. Like, is it kind of like what we had before where the comments are in there? Or you're probably seeing actually what I'm seeing, which is just a list of chats or a list of things that people are writing. I'm going to try to put up all of them so we see them all. But if you'd like something that doesn't, if you'd like something to not go up, please let me know. This is so awesome. Love the tat. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I did it. I'm really glad I did it. We wanted it smaller, but the tattoo artist said that if you do it much smaller, like I wanted the size of a quarter, and he said if you do it much smaller, when you get old, it kind of shrinks and gets into like a mushy thing. And since I'm not getting any younger, we figured we would get these. I was surprised it only took like 5-10 minutes. So that is Tattoo on Me Forever. What else we got? It's there now. Deborah Scott, I can see comments. Great. Well, thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel good. I'm going to keep saying the name of the show, so hopefully it sinks in. Gratefully Living the Chronic Life. And that's what we do in AOG, is gratefully live the chronic life, or at least that's what we try to do, right? We teach each other. I get a lot of people say that, you know, I'm teaching them. I'm just as qualified as you guys are. What happens is you get a group of people and you tell them it's a non-complaining group. Not that I'm against complaining, but that's, you know, it's just to kind of escape. Oops, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not technologically savvy. Where's the comments? I wanted to get the other, where's the brand? Oh yeah, I wanted to get this up. Okay, sorry. So this is like, I looked at all these different softwares that you could use for this. And this one was like dummy, like Facebook Live for Dummies. And you can still use Facebook Live. I just really like how those comments show up on the screen. And also there's different things like we can have guests on the show, which I'm really hoping to. Several guests share the screen. If there's like a poem or something I want to show you guys, we can show that also. So I had a lot of different options. So we'll see if I like it this week. If you guys like the way it's going, I will keep it. As far as the comments, though, 2 weeks. Today's been 3 weeks since Amy passed away, and I'm sure most of you know. But in case there's anybody new, Amy was my co-admin of this group and my very best friend in the entire world. I'm not going to apologize for crying. That's my new thing. She was waiting for a heart transplant, and I was pretty much her caregiver. Her husband helped too, but he had to work a lot, so I stayed with her in the hospitals and all that. And she just fought really hard and couldn't wait anymore. So I'm getting a whole lot of work done because Amy's not around. But you know what? I have her right here with me. I'm not sure that you could tell that this is purple. It looks blue on the screen. This is purple. I don't know if I mentioned this last time. I think it was still kind of new. But Amy's wishes when she passed away, and I knew, everybody knew she was dying. Her wishes were that she get her ashes and they go up in a big firework on the 4th of July at this very specific park in Massachusetts. Her husband's going to take care of that part. That's okay. But she promised a few ashes to a few people, her children, another friend, and me. So this is her. I keep her right next to my computer here, so she can swear at me, and she gives me hope, and she gives me energy. You know, the cool thing about my friendship with Amy is that we met here on AOG, and she taught me how to live like you're dying. And it's not often that you get a chance to live like you are dying. There's that Tim McGraw song that says it really well. So even though I was exhausted a lot of the time because she liked to do a lot of things, I got that perspective. So writing my book was on hold, but it was supposed to be on hold because I needed these lessons that she taught me. And she didn't even know she was teaching me lessons. So thank you. Oh, it looks like I have a lot of comments. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Oh, Diana's here. Glad to be here. I'm happy about this new experience for you. Thank you. It's okay to cry. It is okay to cry. I cry a lot. Hugs. Diana, hugs to you. Go ahead and let it out. I did, and I'm sure I will again. Deborah Scott, what a beautiful treasure. Isn't it pretty? She loved purple. I feel like she's here. She is here. She's right here with us. And she's spewing out F-bombs and loving us a whole lot. She did love this group. Gail, that is a good way to live. It's a perspective I never thought I'd be able to really see through somebody else's eyes. So I feel blessed. I mean, what a gift that was. I'd rather her be here. But it is a good way to live. So anyway, what I was going to say is something it looks like I don't even need to say is I really liked the format we did 2 weeks ago where you guys kind of just said what was on your mind and we go back and forth. I don't like being up here and just kind of talking stuff to you. I really like, that's what our group is about. Oh, thank you for the hair. I appreciate it. You can't really see it when I don't shower, but since I showered today, you can see it. I really like the back and forth. I like our group is all about engagement. We put up 6 posts a day, most of them asking for some kind of engagement, whether it's what's your gratitude for the day, what's your intention for the day. I really think that that's part of what makes us special is the engagement, and this is no exception. This new show that's going to be every Thursday at the same time. So please feel free. If I can't post your questions or your post right now, I will get to it, I promise. Also, I will always be live. I've said this before, but I like the authenticity of being live rather than me taping it ahead of time and putting it out there. Maybe at some point it'll get there, but no, I like being live. So you can see me break down and cry and see me, you know, do all sorts of gaffes, I'm sure, but that's me. You know, we are me. And I mean that for each other. Gail, you are you. Deborah, you are you. Diana, you are you. And that's what makes you so special. And that's what makes this group so special. So I will always be live, but then it will be available on the page, hopefully, to look at for people that couldn't be here live or who want to watch it again. Got a new one. Facebook user, I'm not sure who you are. I thought I missed it again. Hugs, but hugs to you too. We had a topic that I was talking to the other moderators about today. That is kind of a pet peeve of mine, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But the other moderators, so you know, Amy was my co-admin. She's gone. But the moderators are Linda Edwards, who has been with me for several years now. Thank you, Linda. And let me tell a little story about Linda from last night. We were talking. I was having a really rough time. I've been good lately. I've been really good and looking at Amy's death as a gift, which it is. I know it is. Well, that sounded wrong. I'm looking at her friendship as a gift, not her death. Her death was not a gift. Oh, hi, Kathy. Oh, hi. On a link, it should make it so you don't have to, so you can put in your name and don't have to do that again. But anyway, nice that you're here. Oh, Glendale, thank you for all you do. You're very welcome. I wonder if I should stop reading them as they come in and just because I'm sure that's probably pretty annoying. We'll see how it goes. Just like with everything else with AOG, I told Deborah Immer-Scott, our brand new moderator, that we kind of figure it out as we go along. That's with the group, that's with everything. So we will figure this out. If I like the software, we'll figure it out as we go along. But anyway, yeah, heart to you too. A subject came up and Linda, I forgot to talk about Linda. I was having a hard time last night. I was up really, really late. Linda is a night owl. And I knew she'd be up and I just needed to talk to somebody. And I hope you guys do the same when you need to talk to somebody, when you need to vent. I hope you have somebody that you can vent to, because venting is super important. And even though our group, in the group itself on most days, we don't talk about the specifics of our ailments and all of that stuff. We offer Flush the Format now twice a week. We just added Tuesday nights, so you know. So Tuesday nights, Wednesday afternoon, and now this will be Thursday evenings. So now we've got 3 days where you can vent to your heart's content. And I just needed to talk about Amy. So Linda was up and we were private messaging back and forth. I think it was till like 4 a.m, if I'm not mistaken. And I woke up and my head was killing me. I didn't realize I hadn't gone to bed. So what I'm guessing was that I fell asleep on the keyboard with my head, and Linda was still up when I woke up. She's like, yeah, I think you fell asleep, but I must have hit my head pretty hard on the keyboard. So yeah, silly me. I'll have to try to go to bed tonight. But the subject that came up with the other moderators today, and Jen Leos is the other one, love you, Jen, is being told that you are too sensitive. And I thought it would be a good topic for us to talk about tonight because from all the chats we've been to and had, it seems like a lot of us are sensitive. I don't like the word oversensitive at all. We're sensitive souls, we're empaths, we care about each other. And I've been told in the past that I'm too sensitive, I'm oversensitive. I know Linda had said the same thing, that she's been told that before. And it's really a pet peeve of mine. Hi, Seaton. Glendale, yep, guilty. Yeah. It's a pet peeve of mine because where is that baseline? Where's that baseline of sensitivity where you go, and this is okay, but this is just too much. That's too sensitive. How is feeling and showing your feelings, how is that a bad thing? How is crying? Yes, Gail, it's a good thing. Thank you. No such thing as being too sensitive. I agree. I don't know if anybody watches the Today Show. I love the Today Show. I watch it every morning. And I think it was the last week, Hoda Kotb, who's one of the anchors of the show. She had been interviewing Drew Brees, who I guess is the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. She's originally from New Orleans, and I guess he donated a couple $1 million to the efforts to give people food down in New Orleans who are struggling. And Hoda broke down and cried. And to be completely honest with you, I thought it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen, or one of them. I thought it just showed so much vulnerability. I mean, I can't control when I cry. I've tried, it doesn't work. We love with all our hearts, we do. So, and then they made it such a big news thing, and not just on NBC. They were on, I don't know, other news things I was watching. Hoda Kotb breaks down. Why is that news? Why is feeling news? I don't understand. Maybe you guys can fill me in on what your thoughts are. But when I've been told I'm too sensitive, it really bothers me, because I think that's a good thing. My sensitivity is what makes me me. It's what makes you you. As Amy would say, I'm a hot mess most of the time. That must be Kathy. Amy called me a hot mess every single day, and I am a hot mess. And I knew that was a loving term from her. It's true. Amy didn't cry a lot, but when she was with me, she did, because she knew that she could, and she trusted me. And, we talked about a lot of serious things. When you live with a chronic condition, it's a lot of serious stuff you have to talk about. We said this in the group before too. It's a superpower. Yes, it is. I think Jen Leos may have said that it's a superpower. Some people say they just can't feel when it's stuff like that. I'm the opposite. I can feel other people's pain. And I think that's another reason why AOG works so well, is because we don't exactly know what everybody's going through, but we know in here, we know exactly the emotional pain that we're all going through, because it hurts. And some days it hurts more than others. So it just really, I love Hoda Kotb for breaking down on TV. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. But how is that news? I think that's really kind of sad. I can't imagine living life without deep feelings. Yeah, I think our group attracts, I don't know if empaths is the right word. I don't know if that's, maybe we should rename it. But so be it, whatever it's called. Feeling for other people is a good thing. Doing service work and helping others. We help each other in AOG. We may express what we're going through, but we know it helps somebody else. And then what they're saying helps us. So I don't do anything. I saw an idea for the group and I started it, and we run it with rules and things like that. But this is all us as a whole, a very real beating heart of a group with lots and lots of deep feelings. As my daughter Riley would say, I feel the feels. I guess that's what they say when you're a deep feeler nowadays. Let's see. When we first spoke about sensitivity, I knew I was in the right group. Really? That's interesting. Authentic humans. I love that word, authentic. Absolutely. That's what we are. And that's such a good thing. It's not news. Why is it news that we feel? I just don't understand. I've told this story a million times, but I'm going to tell it again because I think it's such a great story. When I started the group, I brought on my roommate from Silver Hill, the chronic pain program. Her name was Jackie, who's still in the group. She's just no longer a moderator. And we had this really tight knit, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a sensitive, sort of intimate. That's the word I'm looking for. It's very intimate. And we thought if we let it get too big, we were going to lose its intimacy. So we were going to stop letting new people in at 100 people. And then the day came when we got to be 100 people. And validating our feelings is why I love this group. Amen, sister friend. I assume you're a sister friend, brother friend. So we're like, you know what? All right, let's let people in after 100 and we'll see it. If it gets out of control, we'll just stop. But can I tell you, we're now almost 5,300 people, which blows my mind. And I think we're more intimate now. I really do. I want you guys to be able to feel like you can talk. This isn't a group where we hide our feelings. It's actually a group where we share our deepest feelings. It's a safe place. And if you need to get more specific than that, Tuesday nights and Wednesday afternoons are Flush the Format. You can talk about whatever you want. And now in here, you can talk about whatever you want. Let's see what else we got here. Validating our feelings is why I love this group. It's true. It's not a group. I mean, I know I founded the group, so I'll gush about it, until the, what's the saying? Until the cows come home. Is that it? Cows come home. I don't know. I don't know if that's it or not, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I will gush about it. It's been 5 years and I still continue to gush about it. I have found a lot of usefulness from other groups, especially when I get newly diagnosed with something new. They're wonderful. They're a source of information. I would never, ever say that they're not good, and I would never recommend that you not join those groups. When I founded this group, I really just wanted a place where you could escape it for a little while. It does get better, Gail. Yeah, you've been with us for a very long time, which is such a gift. And here's Seaton. I'm grateful that you kept the group open past 100 people. Me too. Me too. And it's never gotten out of control. I was telling the other moderators, Jen, Deborah, and Linda, that, we're trying to train Deborah because she's new. And we just very rarely have to remove any posts because we just attract certain humans. I don't know, that maybe they've been in the other groups, which is what I was. And, you're kind of sick of like, this is what happened to me, help me. And then somebody gives you help. But like, it's everybody posting individually, but not posting and a bunch of comments coming in and helping. There's a source in when you're an admin of the group. It's called, what is it called? Quality something? No, I'm forgetting the name of it, but you can see like the breakdown of the members and stuff. I don't use it very often because it's not, I think maybe if you're trying to sell stuff to your group, maybe it's useful, but I'll check in on occasion. And it'll say like the breakdown of men and women. It'll say what really blows my mind about AOG is the engagement ratio, I guess, or the percentage of people that actually belong to the group and contribute, whether it's in a like or a comment or whatever. Thank you, Glendale. Thank you. Yeah, you do get people that come in who mention your name. Thank you, all of you. Deborah, I like that. We're a soul group. We are. And I've found, and I don't know if you guys are the same, I can't, when I try to describe it to people, they're like, oh, you've got a chronic pain group, which is true. And then I say it's kind of magic. And that's very true. But it's kind of hard to describe it until you've been here and feel it. Do you guys agree? Let me know in the comments. You guys agree you can't really describe it? I also think you have to be ready and you have to be willing. I'm not sure that somebody who's newly diagnosed with a chronic condition, I'm not sure that they want to, I hope they come into our group, but I'm not sure that they're ready to come into our group. I think they need to go through the same process that maybe most of us did. I did, going crazy, trying to cure myself, lots of new meds. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to be cured, and I still look all the time, but I'm going from doctor to doctor to doctor and running around like a maniac. I've been sick from 19 years. Was my first illness, and then they just keep adding, which is nice. I think you have to be at a place where you just get sick of complaining, and not everybody gets sick of complaining, and that's okay. That's fine for them. And please don't get me wrong, I complain. My person that I complained to passed away 3 weeks ago, but Linda got me last night. Thank you, Linda. We need to vent. Please do not mistake me that I think venting is wrong. It's not at all. We need to. It's not healthy not to. But to have a place where you can go and just escape it for a while, and then say, okay, come to this place of acceptance. I'm accepting that I'm sick. Where do we go from here? Oh, this is good. I call those the limbo years. Yeah, that's good. Seaton says, I agree. It's difficult to describe this group. You do have to be ready to join the group. Linda, sure. As if you had any choice, Linda. You've got to turn off your little green dot at like 3 a.m. that says you're available. Otherwise, I'm coming at you. My husband's I don't know about you guys. I have a very supportive husband, Rob, who's great, and he lets me complain. And he doesn't. He's an angel. He doesn't ever, not let me complain. But there's something about saying it to other people who just understand. That's just, I don't know, is it refreshing the right word? It's maybe more of a relief. I'm not looking for sympathy, because, and I'm writing about this in my book. It's very fascinating to me why people look for sympathy, and I can't find any studies or anything on it. The only thing I can find on it is people are just looking for attention. And look, again, please don't let me fault any of those people. Some people just need to tell everybody all their problems. I don't, because when I get sympathy, it doesn't give me anything. It kind of brings me down more. It's like, okay, well, now I got this out. And when people ask how you are, people that aren't sick, they ask how you are. They want to hear you're doing better. Of course, it's not their fault that you're sick, Then I start getting into the nitty gritties. Well, I went to this neurologist and blah, blah, blah. And they're just like, not that they don't care. They do care. It's just been a long time. And validating and not being alone. Here's a long one. 30 years with illness for me. After the initial acceptance, it takes time to realize this is life, and I don't want to miss it or waste it. Oh my gosh, you got it right on the money. And that's the gift I got from Amy. When I met her, she said the doctor gave her 1 year to live, and it had been 5 years after that. She ended up making it 7. But she knew, she was kind of hoping with the transplant, if that came through, that it would extend her life. She raised her 5-year-old granddaughter, and she really wanted to be alive to raise her. But she didn't. But man, being able to live that with her and go on the adventures, and we went on adventures. A lot of we went on a lot of adventures. In the end, it was very, very difficult. I got what they call a transport chair. It's not exactly a wheelchair. It folds up, more compact. But she couldn't walk more than 20 feet without getting winded. I'm sick too. So here's like sick person pushing really, really sick person, and we've got a 5-year-old. But I wouldn't change it for the world. And to be able to look at life through her eyes was a gift that I will never, ever regret. I miss you, woman. But she's here with us. Oh, totally change of topic. We had our moderator meeting last week, and Linda brought up the idea of doing something in one of the groups to kind of do as a tribute to Amy. I don't know if that's renaming one of the groups or doing something. She used to run the journaling club. So if all of you out there in Cyberland can think of a nice way to honor Amy, that would be great. Thank you, Seaton. Your friendship was beautiful to witness. Thank you. It's funny, we were so different, but so compatible, and we just laughed and laughed and laughed. I always stayed in the hospital with her, which wasn't always pleasant. When she wasn't so sick, we actually had fun in the hospital. I would bring this game called Pass the Pigs, and we'd play Pass the Pigs. I brought her like a little easel, and we did watercolor painting and stuff. So we would try to make even that fun. But in the end, you know, the end's the end. I'd like to hear from you guys before I want to read something. I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think of this format as compared to the other format? I really like Amy's affirmations. Oh, she loved the affirmations. Amy's place, that's nice too. She loved the affirmations. Maybe we could do that in addition to our journaling club challenge, since we did that in the journaling club, or we could do it in the main group too. You're welcome, Glendale. I'm glad you guys don't mind me talking about her, because I need to talk about her. She was a blessing to me too. Oops, just blew something off my screen. Thank you guys for, see, I'm venting right now, you guys. I'm getting free venting from you guys. Thank you very much. And I want you guys to be able to vent too. If you haven't been to our Flush the Formats, you really should give it a shot. They're wonderful. They're healing. And, you know, I don't walk out of there, but I log off. Gail says, I loved her affirmation. Me too. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. I'll have to look into that. If anybody's interested in maybe taking that on, I would appreciate it. Hugs. Oh, thank you. Hugs, hugs, hugs. I wanted to read a little something to you guys before I sign off. I don't want to make this too long. I read something that if you make it longer than 20 minutes, you lose people. And it's already, 38 minutes. Can a couple of you maybe, or all of you, can you tell me, do you like this format or the other one better? That would help me decide if I want to keep this one going. I think this is the book I read from the last time we were on too. It's by Louise Hay and Friends. It's all about gratitude, different gratitude stories. Seaton says, Flush the Format is my favorite hour of the week. That's good to hear. And so we've added a nighttime one for people that work or just can't make the daytime one. So again, we've got Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our long-standing one, Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And now we've got this. What are we calling it again? Gratefully Living the Chronic Life. Glendale likes this. Yeah, thank you. Me too. Me too. I like it a lot. Somebody else commented. Love Louise Hay. Me too. I like this one. Thank you, Deborah. I do too. Isn't it cute how they show up on the screen like that? I couldn't get our regular AOG logo to come in on the top. That wasn't tiny. But Linda, you like it too. Poor Linda. Me with my head on the keyboard at 4 o'clock in the morning. Linda, you are an angel, and many of you know that about Linda already because she's there for everybody. I'm not going to read the whole story to you because it's going to be too long. We're already at 40 minutes, but there are a couple things I read about gratitude that I thought you guys would like to hear. No matter what I might be feeling about the events in my life in this moment, I do not need to be manipulated by my feelings. I have the freedom to release my normal thoughts and feelings, open my heart to the magnificence of my soul and of God itself, and begin to feel deeply grateful for the opportunity to be alive in human form at this moment. Hot mess alert. We do have that opportunity to treat our illnesses however we want. And it's not always easy. It's never easy, actually. It's never easy. Who are we kidding? But I find that the things we teach in this group, all the tools that we do, they sure help. They really help to make it easier. We're on this earth. I'm at that, acceptance. I want to spend this time on this earth being happy. And that's what Amy did. Okay, one more. You ready? I rejoice that I have the extraordinary opportunity to live the miracle. Okay, hang on. Okay. Notice I have not apologized once. Okay. I rejoice that I have the extraordinary opportunity to live the miracle of human existence on the physical earth. I'm grateful for the variety of experiences that are available to me in my human life. And I celebrate the loving forces of my soul and of God that make my life possible. The end. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. You are courageous. Not really. Not really. We all are. And I think that's one of the nice things. I sound like a commercial for AOG, but one of the things I love about AOG is we don't know the specifics of what each other's going through. Because I think if we knew, like if you guys, some of you knew that Amy was waiting for a heart. But in general, unless you were friends with her on Facebook, you didn't know. It's hard to not compare. And, comparing doesn't get us anything. It really doesn't. Oh, you guys are sweethearts. I love you too. I love you too. To not compare our ailments, because our emotional pain can be exactly the same no matter what we have. And I like how you guys stick to that. Thank you for sticking to that. And thank you for being a part of AOG. I love you all very much. Oh, thank you, Diana. I love you all very much. And I remember when I first met Amy, she would be like, how can you love all of them? Love was a strange thing to Amy because she didn't grow up with a whole lot of it, which is really sad. But I showed her what love and trust was. Kathy, I know you did too, if you're still there. And many of you did. And I know that she's up in heaven. And when she passed away, to have her see all of the messages that you all wrote, I think she'd be blown away. She wouldn't be expecting it. You never know when you're going to touch somebody with a word or words or a sentence. So don't discount that. Don't discount what you write in the comments or what you say to somebody, because it could be exactly what you need to hear on that day, and it could change your life. Not to be dramatic, but it could change your life. So I think that's all I've got. Oh, you know what I was thinking? It would be, it's not very, I was going to end on this, this sentimental note, but I won't. Gail, I love you too. Facebook user, hello. If you want to get rid of the Facebook user part, there's a link you can click. And I think from now on, every time you come into one of these chats, you won't have to do it again. They need permission because we're a closed group, and I can appreciate that. I thought I would give you my favorite things at the moment to end on a positive. So on TV, Netflix, I've started binge watching it's like a 4-part series called Unorthodox. It's about an Orthodox Jew who kind of escapes her life and flees to Germany. I'm 2 episodes out of 4 into it. Rob and I are watching it, and I absolutely love it. It's probably, if you have Netflix, it's probably coming up on your like things to watch because it's very popular right now. And Tiger King, I don't even know what to say about Tiger King. If you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. That one's very popular too. It's certainly not uplifting, but man, is it hilarious and weird. She will always be in our hearts. I miss her so much. I miss her too. Loved it. Whoever wrote that, is that Unorthodox that you loved or Tiger King? I'd love to know. Okay. And also there's a relatively long thing to binge watch called The Staircase. If you guys like true crime, which I do, I watched it straight through. Unorthodox. Yeah, it was good, right? That girl that plays the lead is fantastic. Anyway, The Staircase is a fantastic true crime story. Oh, hi, Eva. Hi there. She's my funny girl. She always makes me laugh. And you've been in the group for a very long time, and I appreciate that. My favorite thing at the moment are these Trader Joe's banana slices. They're not what you think they are. They're not those dried hard banana chips. They're like astronaut food. Listen. They're very light and fluffy because they're freeze-dried. I'm addicted. Now, I can't get to Trader Joe's because I'm not leaving the house, but Amazon, thankfully, does order them. They're so addicting. They're very, very sweet, and all it is bananas, and they're freeze-dried. And they're light, so if you have bad teeth. Oh, somebody said, oh, wait, where'd it go? I used to live in a 95% Orthodox Jewish community. How cool. Somebody said freeze-dried. Yes, freeze-dried. The banana chips are good too. They're very, very hard. These are from Trader Joe's, but other places sell them. They're absolutely addicting and a good alternative to candy, I suppose, although I still eat that too. Looks yummy. Banana slices from Trader Joe's. Yeah, they're a lot cheaper at Trader Joe's. Does anybody have any questions or comments before we sign off for the day? I can't believe so many of you hung in there with me for the entire 48 minutes. Oh, you live in Seagate in Brooklyn, New York. Oh, yeah, I know that area. That's very, very cool. I love sociology. I love the way people work in communities and all that stuff, so I find it fascinating. Yeah, all right, no more comments. I've got no more comments. So thank you guys for the love. Man, I was feeling the love tonight. Thank you for the love. I'm really excited. We'll be doing this once a week. Again, Facebook user, love you. Babysat a lot. Oh, okay, cool. I love you guys. We wanted to add this because we want you to feel and know that there's a community behind you. We don't want anybody to feel alone. Oh, I'm going to cry. I just want to thank you for this. You're welcome. I'm glad you like it. I'm really glad you like it. You're welcome. I'm glad you could be here too. Oh, what is your favorite Amy memory today? All right, you really want to know? When I first met Amy, I love you too, Linda, and you're welcome. Thank you for being here. When I first met Amy, like I said, we're very, very different. She's got the mouth, or had the mouth of a truck driver. And I thought some of the things she said were just so freaking hilarious that I wrote them down in a journal. And I dated them. And I found it the other day. I'll only do one, and I have to find one that isn't like big time R rated. Because they all have swear words in it. Let's see. Well, she told I'm afraid if I say these quotes, you're gonna think she's a bad person. She wasn't. She was just so funny. All right, here's one. This is from April 16th, 2018. She said to me, "Do you know you've turned me into a nice person? You've made me all nice and shit." I took that as a big compliment. See if I can find one more, because some of these have. Oh, she was potty training Anna, her granddaughter, and she was having a hard time with number 2 on the potty. She kept going in her pants, which I know is very, very normal. My kids went through that too. She had one day she didn't want the character underpants that she had on. I think she wanted LOL babies, and it was like princesses or something. So Amy said to her, this is March 29th, 2018. If you don't like what character goes on your butt, don't crap your pants. I'm so glad I wrote these down. They really made me laugh in a time where I needed to laugh. Again, thank you guys. This was absolutely amazing. I can't believe that most of you hung on for the entire time. And I'm glad that you want to kind of connect. We'll have to think of different things we can do every week. I really love the give and take. I really love engagement. I don't want it to be just me talking. So thank you all. I love you so much. Peace and love. Bye guys. Bye gang. My grateful gang.